Solving exponential equations. Okay, go ahead and pause your video and copy down the steps, and then I'll talk through them. Okay, step 1 to solving exponential equations is to rewrite the bases on both sides of the equation so that you have the same base. Recall, a base is just the 5 here, so whatever is holding up the exponent. So before we do anything, we have to have common bases on both sides of the equal sign. Step 2 is to simplify any exponents. So if you need to multiply any exponents, add them together, subtract them, whatever the case is, using your exponent rules from a previous concept, simplify exponents. On step 3, we're going to have something like this where we have the bases are the same, and then maybe two different exponents. We're going to ignore the bases, so we're going to ignore the 5s, and we're just going to set our exponents equal. The reason we're doing that is because, say we have 5 squared equals 5 to the x. Well, if I'm wondering what x is here, it has to be 2. If the bases are the same, the exponents have to be the same. That way we can just ignore the bases and put the exponents equal. Step 4 is to solve the resulting equation. So once you have the exponents set equal, maybe you need to do some steps to solve for x. Okay, on our first problem here, our first goal is to get common bases. Right now we have 4 to the 1 equals 2 to the x. So we need common bases. We need to either rewrite 2 as 4 to a power, or rewrite 4 as 2 to a power. Well, we're always going to pick the bigger number and rewrite it as a smaller number. So we need to think, can we rewrite 4 as 2 to a power? Well, yeah, we can rewrite it as 2 squared. That's the same thing as 4. I haven't changed anything. Leave our exponent of 1 out there, and 2 to the x. Okay, we can simplify our exponents on the left. 2 squared to the first is just 2 squared. 2 times 1 right here. Now we have common bases. We have 2 squared equals 2 to the x. We're going to ignore your bases, and we're just going to set our exponents equal. Oops. And we're actually done here. X equals 2. There's no solving to do at this point on this problem because it was kind of simple. If you want to check and make sure your answer is right, you can plug it back in. 4 equals 2 squared. Well, that's true. 2 squared is 4. Okay, for your next one, our bases are 5 and 125. So we know we're going to need to rewrite 125 as something smaller. Maybe we can write it as 5 to a number. I don't really know. We'll have to just check. So what you can do on your calculator is just do 5 squared, see what that is. That's 25, so that's not going to work for us. Now let's try 5 to the third, and we get 125. So I am going to rewrite this 5 to the third. Yeah, now I could do this to the 1 and everything, but it's going to end up being 5 to the third, so I'm just going to leave the 1 off. Now I have common bases. I'm going to ignore the bases and set my exponents equal. Now I have to do one step to solve this, and we get x equals 2. To check, we can plug it back in. Well, 5 to the 2 plus 1 is just 5 to the third, and that does equal 125 as we saw earlier. Okay, so now our bases are 2 and 128. Now, 2 I can't rewrite as anything, so I know that I'm going to have to rewrite 128 as 2 to some power. So I'm going to leave the left side the same. I'm going to rewrite the right side as 2 to a power. Now, I really don't know what power it would be to, so you just kind of have to plug things in the calculator, try them out. 2 to the 5th doesn't work, 2 to the 6th doesn't work, 2 to the 7th is 128. So it's not something I expect you to just know off the top of your head, but I do expect you to take 2 to a few powers in your calculator just to see what it is. Okay, for our next step, we're going to leave the left side the same. It's simplified. On the right side, I'm going to multiply my exponents. Now I have common bases, and I can set my exponents equal. To solve, I need to get all of my x's on the same side, so I'm going to move this x over. And then divide by 20. So x equals negative 1/10 here. Okay, for this problem, we have base of 3 and 9. I can't rewrite 3 as anything to a power, so I'm going to rewrite 9. We have to say what to the third power, or 3 to what power is 9? Well, that's 3 squared is 9. So notice I haven't changed anything. I just replaced 9 with an equivalent form of 3 squared. I haven't changed anything other than just the form it was in. It's still equivalent. So now to simplify my exponents, 2 times 5x is 10x, and then I'm going to set my exponents equal. Now right here, a lot of times students get confused for some reason. They don't know if they should divide by something or what they should do. So keep in mind, you always want the x's on the same side, so I need to get all of the x's on one side. I'm going to just subtract this x. Remember, it's 1x. If you want to put a 1 out there, you can. I'm going to subtract the x over. On the right side, I get 9x. Now, don't overthink this. 1x minus 1x is just 0. Now, to get the x lone, I'll divide by 9. X is just 0.